Over the last 5 years, financial education has exploded online. More people than ever are learning money strategies, getting organized, and trying to build real wealth. And yet, a lot of people still feel stuck. They might know what to do, but their wealth isn't growing the way they expected. Personally, I like to think about wealth building in 3 stages. Stage 1, you have no idea what to do. Stage 2, you know what to do, or maybe have an idea, but you haven't fully built that into your money system. And stage number 3, you have an organized money system that runs smoothly and automatically. Wealth building is just your default. Most people who feel stuck are somewhere in stage 1 or 2. In this video, I want to talk about 5 habits that you can drop that are going to help you move into that 3rd stage. That stage where wealth building just becomes the norm. So let's jump into it. The first habit to drop. Treating wealth building like an afterthought is one of the biggest habits you should drop. What this looks like in practice is you get paid, you get new money, and you're focused solely on all of your current needs, your bills, everything that needs to get paid, and maybe your debt payments, people that you owe. And then wealth building, which typically consists of saving and investing, gets treated like the last priority. Most of you are going to agree that saving is important, and most of you are going to agree that investing is important. But in real life, money often flows this way, where it goes to bills first, day-to-day life, maybe some spending for fun, maybe you save for some shorter-term things you have coming up, and then maybe if there's anything left, you use that for your longer-term wealth goals. But that's only if there's anything left and you actually do it. This is how a lot of people get stuck in those earlier stages that we talked about, especially stage 2, where you know what to do, like saving and investing, but it's not built into how your money actually moves. It's not the default system. So if you think about it, if your wealth goals only get leftover money, it's very likely that your wealth becomes inconsistent. And when you have inconsistent wealth building, that either means slow wealth building or no real progress at all. Now let me be clear. This doesn't happen because you're bad with money or because you don't make enough money. It happens because your system is set up to prioritize today over future you. And there's an argument for that. You have to live for today. You have to take care of yourself today so that you will be here in the future. So that, in a sense, does take precedence. But the important thing to know is you can't just treat future you like an afterthought. You have to assume that future you is going to be there and future you is going to want money. I actually tend to see this a lot with high earners, people who are finally starting to see their income go up. The thing is, raises are often going immediately towards bigger housing, more conveniences, more lifestyle upgrades, or even money to help other people, especially in some cultures where that's expected of you. If increases to income are already earmarked to all of these things, then what is left for you to accelerate your wealth building? There's not going to be a lot there. So the habit to drop is treating wealth building like an afterthought. A practical approach is to pay yourself first. It means that anytime money comes in, you are automatically saving and or investing so that you're thinking of future you. Moving on to the next habit to drop. Automatically turning an income increase into a lifestyle increase. In simpler terms, it means that anytime you make more money, you are upgrading your lifestyle almost the same amount. This one is very common, especially for people who are already doing well financially or they're starting to do well and seeing more income come in. And that's because lifestyle upgrades don't feel reckless. They feel like progress. You're finally making more money, so you're gonna want better housing, taking more trips, buying nicer things. All of these are things that can genuinely improve the quality of your life. And the goal isn't to never upgrade your lifestyle. The problem is when this growth happens automatically every time your income grows, because that's how you stall your ability to build wealth. One of the best times that you can accelerate building wealth and get to that third stage where everything runs smoothly is when you get higher income. If you changed nothing about how you spend money, the next time you get a raise, you can accelerate all of your financial goals. And it doesn't mean that you have to halt those lifestyle upgrades forever. You can do that eventually, but why not use this time when you have the opportunity to increase the amount that you're putting towards your wealth goals? I would say this is more a mindset shift than anything else, to not associate more income with bougier lifestyle. That will happen and can eventually happen if that's what you want, but the wealth building has to be a priority. It has to come first. Moving on to habit number 3. If you are constantly changing your money plan and your goals, it's gonna be hard to see progress. There are so many different ways I see this show up with clients, but it can be changing your savings targets, starting investing and then stopping investing because you get nervous or because you want to use that money for something else. Pausing or reducing your contributions to retirement or other accounts. And especially the emotional changes like changing how you invest because of what's happening in the market. Now, all these changes are normal, very human, and they're very reasonable. It's you living life, trying to make the right decisions in real time. But unfortunately, if you can't stay consistent with your financial plan and your wealth goals, it's definitely going to slow down or halt your progress. Real wealth comes from when you are consistent over time and you give your plan enough time to work. If you're already investing, you know that compounding needs time. And if you keep changing how you save and invest, and you keep starting and then stopping, it's gonna be hard to see the compounding take effect. I used investing and the stock market as one example as to why people change their plans, but something that's actually more common is simply when life starts to feel more expensive. When your grocery shopping is costing more than it used to. When life gets more expensive, it's very easy to reduce or pause your contributions towards investment accounts, or simply change your savings goals because you don't think you can stay on track and support it. For example, let's say your gym membership went up in price. A common reaction, if you want to keep that membership, is to lower your savings rate to make room for this more expensive thing. But if the gym matters to you and wealth building also matters to you, a better question you can ask yourself is there something else in my lifestyle that I can adjust? It shouldn't be that lifestyle gets more expensive, so you take away from future you. The first place you should look is to see if there's anything in your lifestyle that you can adjust that isn't going to impact the quality of your life too much. If you really want to get your finances organized and build wealth for the long term, you're going to be faced with decisions like this all the time. It's not really about making the perfect decision every single time, but it's about making good decisions and staying on track and sticking to those decisions long enough so that you can see growth and progress. We're 3 down, 2 to go on the list, but real quick, if you're enjoying this video, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. It helps me reach more people and help more people like you. The 4th habit to drop is choosing short-term comfort over long-term progress. This is a habit connected to how you make decisions in the moment, especially when things feel stressful or uncertain. There are a lot of different ways this shows up. I already gave an example earlier about pulling back on your investing if you're scared about what the market is doing. That is a way to find short-term comfort, but it actually hurts your long-term progress. Another example is if you are purchasing something and you choose the more expensive option just because you're exhausted. You can't be bothered to shop around. This saves you energy in the moment, but it can hurt your long-term progress. Another example is if you avoid looking at your accounts because you don't want to deal with the stress. This might make you feel better in the moment, but not knowing what's going on with your finances is absolutely going to hurt you in the long run. The thing about building wealth is it's not like this one action that you take. It is truly the impact of a lot of different moments in life and a lot of small decisions that you have to make that eventually add up together and show up in your life as wealth. Now, I'm gonna be real with you and acknowledge that this obviously is not black and white. You're always going to have to balance today's wants and needs with future you and stability for the future. I don't want you to eliminate all comfort and enjoyment for today. The goal is that you don't allow short-term comforts to always derail your long-term progress. One very easy practical way that you can support this is to plan for short-term comfort ahead of time. For example, have a flexible bucket. Sometimes people call this a fun fund. If you already have money set aside for short-term comfort or spending that you want to do on a whim, you can use it guilt-free because you know that that amount isn't coming at the expense of your long-term goals. It doesn't have to affect your savings rate or anything else you're doing for your finances. This gives you control of your plan to balance things that you want now in the short term with your longer term wealth goals. On to the last habit that you should drop. This is more of a psychological one, but I think it shows up everywhere. And it is the habit of putting it aside for later. This doesn't just happen with money. It happens with a lot of people's big ambitious goals, wanting to get healthy or lose weight or eat better. It's like, I'm gonna do it, but not yet, right? Like, I just need a clear head and I need some time before I start it. With finances, it's similar. A lot of times people want to get organized, maybe start investing once life calms down or once they're starting to make more money. But it truly is one of those things you have to just start now, today. I think it actually hurts you if you try to overhaul everything overnight. But what you can start literally today or tomorrow is one new habit. Learn more about money. Start saving automatically a small amount. Start building these small habits that are eventually going to get you to that end goal. The problem with putting things off until things calm down is more likely than not, things are never going to calm down. People are busy. Unexpected expenses come up more often than we think. The economy is always changing. There's just so many things that come with being an adult. You really have to think about what is important to you and what you want to prioritize, because there's never going to be a perfect moment to start most major goals like improving your finances. You literally have to start now. So this is not an easy habit to drop. It's very easy to feel comfortable in your day-to-day life now and not disrupt it and think that, okay, once you have time, once you have energy, once you have more money, you'll do it. But with money, waiting actually hurts you. It's the power of time. The more time you have, not just for investing, but just for learning about money and getting organized, it's going to compound into success later. You're going to build wealth, the practical side of it, but you're also going to start feeling more financially secure earlier in life. Everyone wants peace of mind when it comes to money. The longer you delay just starting, the longer it's going to take to get that peace of mind. So if you zoom out and look at these habits we talked about and what you should drop, none of them are actually about being bad with money. They're simply about, how does money fit into your life? Is building wealth a priority? Is it your default? Is it something you're implementing now or putting off? Is it something you're doing consistently or sporadically? I actually love and think that it's great that everybody's wanting to learn about money and personal finance now. There are so many places to learn online. I just think that there are phases. Once you start to become a little more financially literate, you actually also have to change how you move. And how you move means you are incorporating good habits, but you're also dropping bad ones, the ones that don't support your progress. Speaking of progress, in my next video, I am going to break down why it is so hard to go from $10,000 to $100,000, because if you are ready to make that jump, I don't want you to get stuck. So definitely check out that video if it sounds interesting to you. Until next time, peace out.